back to JB Sports. I'm your host, Sean Burton, and today is Wednesday, and it's Wrestling Wednesdays. Also, Merry Christmas to everyone. This is a uh, episode that is going to be, I think, fun. I usually just talk about like stuff happening in wrestling, but today I had a different take on it. Today, I don't know if it's going to count as an actual episode or it's just going to be a normal video. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But so I put out a short overview of my uh, socials around, and it was, what is your WWE Christmas wish? And I got a few replies, so we're gonna go through those today, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to see what other people around the, like, not world, probably not, I don't, we'll see, but we'll see like what other people think, what other people want to happen in WWE. So we're gonna start first with YouTube with this comment by Aiden Glover 2727. He said, "Don't watch much WWE, but used to love the Shield, so I'd like to see stuff with that. I'd probably watch a bunch of that Shield stuff." So I'm kind of gonna go with this as like a Santa Claus and like Grinch kind of way. I feel like this one, while it would be cool, is more of a Grinch because with Moxley in AEW, he signed some contracts. So I don't know how long it's gonna be till he would come back, but I think it's probably gonna be a while. So this is more of a Grinch. I don't like to take a Grinch take on it, but it's gonna be a Grinch take. I think it would be cool, but I think with, like I said, Mox AEW contract wise, and they're getting a little older, we might not see that again, but we could. You never know. So I like the idea though. And then next comment will be on Threads. Xanet06. I hope Drew McIntyre gets another full championship run at some point. He deserves it. I'm going to agree on you. I'm going to go Santa Claus take on this one. This is a great take. I love Drew McIntyre. I know I've said multiple times that Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler in the company, and he is. But I respect Drew McIntyre a lot for what he's done, and I think he can be. He's a great champion. When he was last time, he carried the company during COVID, so it's not like he was a bad champion last time. So there could be a lot of storylines to get him to this championship, and a few I think would be. A lot of people think he's gonna form like a group with Seth and KO, but I don't know if I really see that happening. It wouldn't be a bad one, but all three of those guys are like top title like achievers. So I don't know if it would be more like Seth and Kevin Owens going after the tag team championships, which they did a long time ago. It was the WrestleMania, I think, before Cody came back. It was at WrestleMania, and they were in the tag scene together, and they of course didn't get it because they weren't champions. But we'll see how what happens there. But I like his take. I'm gonna go Santa Claus on this one. I think it can be a very good storyline, whatever happens. Him with Roman, him with Gunther, anyone who's champion, Drew McIntyre has a chance at beating. Really. So I like this take. Next, we're gonna go to TikTok. There's a lot of takes on this one. First one is a two-parter. They said, I want Charlotte Flair to win the Royal Rumble, and I want Rhea Ripley to win Elimination Chamber. Okay. First part of this, Charlotte Flair, Royal Rumble, Rhea Ripley, Elimination Chamber. It isn't bad, but I don't know if Charlotte will win Royal Rumble. I could see Rhea winning Elimination Chamber, 100%, but I don't know if I could see Charlotte winning Rumble. Usually the Rumble, coming back from injury, really, I think when they come back from injury sometimes, especially Charlotte, she can really get a title. She can really get a title match anytime she wants because she's Charlotte Flair. So, not a bad idea, but I don't know if she win it, but I like it. Next part, I want Becky Lynch, AJ Lee, and Alexa Bliss to come back. I agree. All those people coming back would be sick. Becky having time with her daughter is cool, so hopefully she's having a good time. She can come back whenever. AJ Lee, that would be sick. She's been gone for a very long time. I know so many people want her back, and to see her back in WWE with CM Punk would be wild. So that would be cool. And Alexa Bliss, she would be cool to come back. I know a lot of people think it will happen with the Wyatt Six, but we'll see what happens there. I think it would be I don't know. I think I'd rather have Alexa Bliss just be on her own, go back to her old kind of character because the Wyatt Six stuff, it started before that the Fiend stuff started getting a little off the edge when the Alexa Bliss stuff started happening with it. So I don't know if I want to mix it up with that, but we'll see. But those takes pretty good. I just don't know if they'd have Charlotte win Royal Rumble, but I like it. Then the third part of it, um, which will be the fourth part. I'll put it together. Tiffany Stratton to cash in, win the championship on my guess Nia, and then she wants Charlotte to challenge her, and then Rhea versus Io for the women's championship. I think those would be some great matches. Tiffany and Charlotte seem like they work together really well by the wrestling styles. It honestly, it's kind of like in a way, kind of a young Charlotte. I feel like I don't know if Tiffany's not the same, but they're kind of like the same athlete. They're very athletic. They kind of move around the same. I feel, and then Rhea versus Io. You've seen that in NXT. It's been great every single time they've gone against each other. So I think that is a great match to happen at WrestleMania or just at a pay per view. But WrestleMania would be sick for those two matches. Next comment. I want Ethan Page to move to the main roster. I think this is a great take. This is a Santa Claus take on this one. I hope it happens. I hope it's given to you. Um, Ethan Page has been great. I think that he is close to maybe getting that call up with this new kind of character he's going with. You know, in the beginning of his NXT run, he was kind of the not really a joking character, but not really he would try to be like funny in a heelish way. So he'd mess with people, he'd talk about people, make jokes with people. So he's gone away from that character with you saw with the loss in the men's Iron Survivor Series matchup, and you also had him lose in a normal matchup. I forgot who it was too. Who was it? I don't remember. But then you saw on NXT, Javon Evans come out and he's like, "Hey man, you're Ethan Page. Like, get out of this slump. You're really good. You know this." And then Ethan Page just snapped. He said, "You want to see the real Ethan Page? I'll do it." Snapped, put his neck on the chair and just slammed on it, causing fake blood. By the way, fake blood warning. And with that, he spit it out. So it looked very, very painful. It looked bad. But honestly, this new serious Ethan Page, I like to see. I like to see him in a more serious role where he probably will win the championship again. Or if it's good enough, he'll probably be put to the main roster soon because Trick's got to be soon. Once Obafemi finally challenges for the title, he'll definitely take the title away from him because that's a strong person to lose the title to. Not that Ethan Page wasn't a strong person, but I think they were still, with Trick being the biggest guy in NXT, with Oba starting to come into the ranks, I think he'll definitely take over as the champion. Next, a new person. I like this take. I'm I think a new person would be great. Personally, I think the new person will be um, Penta. I think there's a lot of signs that hint at him coming to WWE, most likely on the first episode of Netflix, which would be big for him because on that stage, I mean, Netflix, WWE, a different level than some of the other people. So I like this. I don't know who he was thinking of coming, but he said a new person, and I like that. So Santa Claus take and Santa Claus take for this next one. More of the Wyatt Six and the second part. Sol Ruka to get a better push. First on the Wyatt Six. I do think there should be more of them. I think recently with them going against the Final Testament, it hasn't been the best it can. I mean, a lot of people got annoyed with the what was it? The match with the Final Testament where they lost. It's okay for teams to lose. I mean, I know usually you want to push them very strong, but it's okay for a team to lose once in a while. They destroyed American Made and they lost their first match, so it's okay. I don't think it'll harm them too much. I think you will see more of the White Six in the next coming weeks. So Santa Claus take, and then Soruka to get a better push. Big Santa Claus take by me. I love Soruka. I think she is great in the ring. I think she was the MVP of the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge because some of the things she was doing in that match were absolutely wild. I didn't think she'd win when I first came to the pay per view, but some of the things she was doing in that match proved if she was the one to win, nobody would be too mad because some of the stuff, like I said, was crazy. She was doing flips out of the ring. Her finisher is crazy. Can we just talk about that? Like, that one, I don't even know how to describe how good it is. It is amazing. There's a very small room for error with that, but she's so good at it. So she definitely deserves a bigger push, in my opinion. So I like this take. We'll go on to the next comment. So, Soruka North NXT Women's North American Championship reign. Again, I agree with this. Santa Claus take. Um, I think, like I said, I'll keep talking about Soruka. She's been amazing in NXT. She's got a good character going. I think I would like it if it was a little more serious, but she's great in the ring. She has been doing great, the MVP of that match, and she's really starting to. She's one of those. She's becoming one of the head people in the NXT Women's Division, which honestly is a very hard thing to do because the Women's Division is so unbelievably good in NXT. Like I said earlier in a few episodes ago, NXT has the best Women's Division in my opinion. I think the amount of talent they have and like the amount of people that can be very, very good is astronomical. It is crazy. You have Guella, you have the new Stephanie, well, you have the new people coming in. So you keep adding new people and more new people. And then you got the normal champs, you have Lola Vice, you have some of these women that are just amazing in the ring and deserve to be in the main roster soon. So we'll see how it goes. But I do agree that Silverca should be the next NXT Women's North American Championship champion. Champion. Next take is a wild take. Pure Fusion Collective breakup and wiped from existence. Um, I'll think they should be wiped from existence, but a breakup would not be too awful, in my opinion. I never really got with them as a faction. I understand why it was a thing, but I never really liked the combination. I'm not the biggest fan of some of them in that group. I do like Sonya Deville. I do respect all of them because they are very good in the ring, but some of the characters I just can't get behind. Zoe Stark isn't bad. Shayna Baszler, she she had a rough start to her main roster career with the Becky Lynch stuff where she probably should have won. I'm a Becky Lynch fan, so I was happy she won that day, but realistically, Shayna should have won that WrestleMania instead of losing it. I think that really just that hurt her whole stock on the main roster, and she did something that she hasn't been able to gain back. Even going against Ronda Rousey didn't help her get that back. So maybe an NXT run might help her get what her aura back, but I'm not seeing it. So Pure Fusion Collective breakup, I'll give that the Senna take, and then White from Existence. That's a Grinch take. We're taking that away. We're taking that out of the picture. So next comment, I like this one. Dom beats Gunther and everything breaks loose. If Santa loves me, he'll give me a dirty Dom title reign. Honestly, as much as I don't think this will never happen, I would love this to happen just because I think it would just be wild. I think it would be hilarious. Some of the segments that would come out of it, I think it'd be hilarious, and I think it would be actually very good character development for Dom if we're thinking this way. Because while he could be a good mid card champion. He definitely has way more room to grow if he ever wants to be a world title holder. So I think it would be hilarious if this happens. I don't think it will. I don't think Santa will get you this for Christmas, but I would love to see this happen just because how funny. It would mess WWE up for a while, but I think it would be hilarious if this happens. So I'll give this a Santa take. I'll give this a Santa take. Next one, Zila Fatu to coming to WWE. I'm not mad at that. I think it would be cool. I think it'll enhance the Bloodline story even more because there's so many people in the Bloodline, and it just keeps adding to it. I don't know which side will go on. If it was Romans, if it was Solos, maybe Solos just because of the injury to Tonga, but we'll see. Uh, Santa Claus take, I'd give it to you. Next take, this one kind of hits home to me because I've been wanting this too. The only thing I've been wanting for 8 years is for Finn to become a world champion. This is something that I believe should have happened a long time ago. I'm a big Seth fan, but I think Finn should have won at SummerSlam last year. I really do think that should have happened. Um, I mean, it ended up being a very good WrestleMania storyline for Seth, so it was okay because Drew got the title, which then got taken away by Damian Priest. So it didn't last too long, but it was a great storyline to get there with Seth and Drew. But I do think I love this take, this Santa Claus take. I really do think Finn should be champion soon. Not that his window is closing, but he's starting to get a little older, so you might not see him in such a prominent role in a 3 to 4 years. We'll see. He's in great shape. He's very athletic. He's very good. So I do see him hopefully winning a title soon if Triple H, lets him. But we'll see what happens. I would love for him to become champion though. So I heavily agree with this take. Next one, um, Gable wins a singles match by pin or submission. It has felt like forever since Gable has won a match. I do think that they should let Gable win a match for pin or submission. I really do. Uh, I think that it kind of it kind of sucks how much it's kind of went downhill for Gable since that Sami Zayn storyline. I mean, he was getting he finally made the faction we were all wanting. I talked about how much I wanted that faction, the American made faction, become a thing. I wanted to be Team Gable, but it's okay. But I wanted that team to be such a big thing. I wanted like the Creed brothers to be tag team champions. I wanted Chad Gable to be the mid card title holder. I wanted to finally take the title back from Gunther. But Sami Zayn had it, which I'm not mad at Sami. Sami did an amazing storyline, amazing match at WrestleMania, so it was great. But I wanted all the stuff to happen, and it unfortunately didn't happen. So it sucks that Gable's kind of gone back that this role, but I think hopefully he'll get a mid card title run soon. But it's kind of hard with the chance right now with Braun Breaker and then Shinsuke on the other side, which Shinsuke has been amazing. So we'll see. Um, Next one, he said, Loki, I just want a Randy, Cena, and Punk triple threat for the heavyweight belt to satisfy my inner child at next year's Mania, which will be Cena's last Mania. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if one of the two are against him, CM Punk or Randy Orton, because of course, one, it's a huge money match to see these three in the ring against each other again. Like that would be absolutely wild because you haven't even really seen Punk and Randy and a reign together other than their returns at Survivor Series last year. So it would be a great match. I would love to see it. I definitely think Cena would probably take that. I just wonder who would be the one to get the belt to bring it in. It might be Cena, it might be Randy, it might be CM Punk. One of them's got to beat Gunther though. So we'll see which one could beat Gunther. Out of them, I really do think it would probably be like probably Cena. I think. Or honestly, Punk wouldn't be too bad. Just a storyline with Punk because Gunther's very, very, very good. But I do think a lot of people would be okay if he took the backseat to one of these three men. Which Randy's probably out of the picture now because he already lost to Gunther twice. So I don't see Randy taking it anymore. But these three, one of either Cena or Punk could take it away from him. I'll give this a Santa Claus take. I would love for this to happen, so I'll agree with this. And then the last take of the video, you have a Yeet Yeah match. Can't argue too much with that. Jey Uso has been on the rise of stardom in WWE ever since he became a singles competitor. He's been great in that role. I really think he was built for this. I mean, he's, in my opinion, just from the time I've been watching WWE, and I've watched some older stuff, but I don't say I can feel the emotion in that time. But for me, when I've watched the best tag team I've ever seen is the Usos, the stuff they've done. So in my time watching WWE, I'm not gonna say of all time, but in my time, I think the Usos are the best tag team, and I just think they've been great, but both of them have been able to kind of do good in their solo runs. Jimmy has been very good. He was very good in the Survivor Series match. So that was surprising, some of the stuff he was doing. He had a whisper in the wind. And then Jay, of course, you've seen him in France. You've seen him in all these places where he's getting the crowd. He's making the crowd go crazy. Some of these scenes you've seen him in, it's just everybody in the crowd, like everyone's doing like it's crazy to see how much he's blown up into stardom. So it's been amazing to see him do great. We love to see it. Jay definitely deserved it. He's been a great wrestler and a great storyteller for years to come. So those have been your guys' take. If I had a take, it would be the Finn take though. One guy with the Finn take. I just would love to see Finn be a prominent face in WWE for the first time in forever. I mean, he's had some mid card belts, which were fun, which were pretty nice, and he's had one world title reign that lasted a singular day because Seth accidentally injured Finn. So, well, accidentally in real life, but in storyline, he said multiple times that it was on purpose, but neither here or there. But in real life, it was not planned for that to happen. But thank you guys so much for watching this video and taking your time out of Christmas to watch my channel. Thank you everybody who commented and made this video able to happen. I really do appreciate it. I liked a lot of your takes. Some takes were a little wild at some points, but a lot of them were very good. Thank you very much. Have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year's. Have a great rest of your week. I'll still upload on Friday. I'll still keep up with videos. I'm going to hopefully eventually put some videos out for another form of content, but I'll get shorts back too. But thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great Christmas and bye. Subscribe.